Hello and welcome to the 12th episode of Made with Carlenergy. I'm Carlene and I have my co-host here, the dude, to say hello today. He hasn't been on the podcast in a while, so I thought I'd have him out for a little bit. Although he's being pretty feisty, he seems to have calmed down now, but 2 seconds ago he was running all over my arm. Yeah, I think he tired himself out, so that's cool. I'm on Ravelry and Instagram as Carlenergy, and there's also a group on Ravelry, so you can find that by searching Made with Carlenergy Podcast in the Groups tab. And that is where I post show notes, so there is a thread for each episode, and I will post show notes there. Hey dude, are you tired now? You have a feather stuck to your face. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, he's got a little feather beard going on right now. You want me to get that for you? There you go. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I had a very busy knitting-filled weekend, so it was a lot of fun, but I didn't get a chance to record an episode, so I am a day late. But yeah, I've been knitting away on my gift socks for Christmas, and I made pretty good headway this week. I'm not feeling too bad about it. I think I might actually finish all the pairs before Christmas. And I was in Brooklyn on Saturday at the Gauge and Tension yarn shop. There he goes, back home. And then yesterday there was a Christmas party at my local yarn shop, which is Black Sheep Yarns in Kent, Connecticut. So I will talk more about those things in a little bit. But yeah, I'll show you my socks after a sip of tea. It's been very unseasonably warm here, so I am drinking out of a very seasonal mug. But if I was dressed like this girl outside, I would be much too warm. Yeah, it's just been too warm for hand-knit sweaters and hats and things, which is a little frustrating because I love wearing all my things and I haven't been able to. Oh well. So in my last episode, I think I was still working on the second sock of this pair, and it is now a complete pair. These are from my cousin for Christmas, and these are a pair of blueberry waffle socks, and they were knit on size US 1, 2.25 millimeter needles, Chow Goose with magic loop, which is my new favorite way to knit socks. So cuff down, 64 stitches, and this is Plymouth Yarns, their Happy Feet 100 Splash, which is 90% superwash merino and 10% nylon, and this is the autumn colorway. So it is a cream base with lots of speckles of brown and all different colors, blues, pinks, oranges, yellows. I think the only color these don't have, there's not really any green in these. But they really remind me of snowman colors, which I realize is quite fitting because my cousin really enjoys the Olaf character from the Frozen movie, which I've actually never seen. I did play that movie for some kids that I was babysitting for last year, but I was more busy with watching over the kids rather than watching the movie, so I haven't actually ever seen Frozen, but I think my cousin will really enjoy these. And yeah, I enjoyed this yarn. It was nice to work with, and the socks feel very comfortable. And then after I finished those, I cast on a pair of socks with Barocco Comfort Sock, which is a 50% nylon, 50% acrylic yarn, so there's no natural fiber. But that being said, I do really enjoy working with this yarn, and it's really a nice, durable, gift-friendly yarn because it's very soft and comfortable, and I'm not worried about anybody throwing these in the washing machine and felting them or otherwise ruining them. So these are for my other cousin, and these are for a size, a US men's size 10 shoe size, and so 72 stitches with about 30 rows of a 2x2 cuff and just plain vanilla stockinette with a slip stitch heel. I did an Eye of Partridge heel on these socks, but I did just the normal slip stitch on these. And this colorway, I think it's just a number. I want to say it's 1804, 1810, colorway 1810 of the Comfort sock from Barocco. And it's really interesting because these are a pair that I made for my brother, and I think I'm almost positive this was the exact same colorway, but I've had this ball of yarn for probably a year or two now, and so you can see how much the colorway has changed from a year ago. Yeah, definitely quite different, but I'm pretty positive it was the same colorway number. So, which is not a big deal. Yeah, because I'm knitting all of the guy members of my family the same colorway, which is not driving me too crazy yet, but it's probably a poor decision. I'll probably get a little bored of seeing these colors, but and I don't mind that they're not all going to match up quite the same way, but yeah, I just thought that was interesting that the colorway has definitely changed significantly since a year ago. So another pair done, and then I finished one sock of a pair for my uncle. So this is for a US size 10.5, which really isn't too much different than for a size US 10 men's foot. And yep, same thing, US size 1, 72 stitches, slip stitch heel, rounded toe, plain vanilla. After I finished this one, or actually I was still working on this one, and I decided I needed a little break from that colorway. So I decided to cast on the pair I'm making for my grandma, and this is in Malabrigo sock, and I believe that's 100%. It's 100% superwash merino, and this is the Turner colorway, so that's number 851, and I love this color. It's a nice mossy green tonal colorway, and the sock is coming out really, really pretty. So this is the blueberry waffles pattern again, with a Eye of Partridge heel. So I just finished the heel flap and turn, and now I'm working on the gusset decreases, and I have a nice Christmas themed stitch marker from my Homespun House kit that I ordered. So that came with my Homespun House bag. So this is where I've been keeping all my sock projects lately, in my Christmas themed Homespun House bag. Which, you know, it's obviously a bigger bag, but I've been keeping about 2 sock projects in here, and then even an extra ball of yarn, which obviously I probably won't get through that much in any one sitting while I take this out of the house, but it's kind of my encouragement and my reminder that I still have a lot more to make. So I've been keeping a lot of sock yarn in this and bringing it around to work on as much as I can. And yeah, I just love the vintage Christmas glasses fabric. And it's got, this was another progress keeper that it came with, the little heart-shaped cookie one, and then a tree with the jingle bell. So I actually had this sock on the Chow-Goo needles, but I switched it around to my Carbons size US 1 because I was headed into Brooklyn on Saturday, and that was to go to Kristen of Volan Vine Yarns and the Yarngasm podcast trunk show at Gauge and Tension. And yeah, it was, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it, and I've been thinking about it all week, and I really wanted to go because, you know, a bunch of podcasters were going to be joining in on the trunk show fun and hanging out, and I really wanted to be there, but just wasn't sure if I was could dedicate the time to getting down to the city. But on Saturday morning, well, on Friday night, actually, I had kind of prepped myself to go. I got my bag ready and my outfit ready and made sure my coffee was ready to go to be made in the morning. And when I woke up on Saturday, the train was leaving from the station by my apartment at 8:11 in the morning, and it takes about 2 hours to get down to Grand Central from where I live. And yeah, so I was thinking, oh, maybe I won't go. Maybe I'll just hang out at home. And yeah, but no, I decided that I really did need to get down there because I didn't want to miss out. I knew that Jenny from Tiny Paper Foxes was going to be there, and Tanya of the Knitting Spring podcast, and Kristen, of course, and I wanted to see Michelle Wong, who owns the shop, and yeah, I just really wanted to be there. So I got up really early and got on the train. So Friday night, I decided that I really wanted a Christmas-themed pair of socks to work on while I was on my way to Brooklyn. And because all these podcasters are making really beautiful Christmas colorway socks, and I don't really have any Christmas colorways. I'm just trying to get through all these gift socks that I'm making. So I decided to switch my needles around so that I could cast on the green sock yarn on the red needles so that I'd have Christmas colors at least. And then, yeah, this is also a stitch marker or a progress keeper from the Homespun House bag. And so now I feel better that I have Christmas socks on the needles. So those are going well, about halfway through. And so yeah, I feel okay about my gift knitting progress. This sock, when I got on the train on Saturday, I think I was about halfway through the heel flap, and then while I was at gauge and tension on Saturday, I knit most of the foot, and I finished the toe on the train ride home. So that was a productive Saturday. And yeah, since then I've been working on this one, and yeah, I haven't been, this is pretty much my only work in progress right now because I've really not pulled any other projects out. I've been really dedicated to sock knitting, which is very different for me. Usually I only have one sock on the needles and then you know, other bigger projects, but I really want to get all my Christmas socks done, and if I worked on anything else right now, I'd feel really guilty about it. So I haven't been sitting down at my wheel, I haven't been picking up any drop spindles, I haven't been picking up any other projects. It's just been the socks, which has been fine. I thought I would really be kind of sick of it at this point, but I don't know whether it must be some kind of collective consciousness or something, because I just watched Kemper of the Junk Yarn podcast most recent episode, and she's been really into knitting all the socks, and I know that a bunch of other podcasters are, so I don't know if it's just the season or if we're all just feeding off of each other's sock vibes, but we're all knitting a lot of socks, which is very cool, very interesting that happens within this community. But yeah, I feel like we've all got a major sock bug right now. So other than that, I do have some acquisitions to show you, and the first has to do with our Local Love Knit Along. So I am co-hosting the Local Love Knit Along / Crochet Along / Spin Along with Ellen of Idle Cat Knits podcast, and she sent me 2 skeins of yarn to give away as a prize. So this is some of her hand spun, so it's very special, and she had shown it off on her podcast, but once I got it in the mail, it's so lovely and just better than I expected once I saw it in person. So this is 80% mohair and 20% merino, spun in Austin, Texas by Ellen. And this was from some fiber that she got from a woman in her local area. And So this is 2 skeins. The first skein is 76 yards of a woolen prep. So I think Ellen made some rollags and spun this in a woolen method. So it's very fluffy, very airy and squishy, and very soft and beautiful. And then this skein is 88 yards of the same fiber but in a worsted prep. And you can definitely tell the difference. It's got a little more substance to it. It definitely feels like a smoother yarn. But they're both just really beautiful and soft. And yeah, you can see them, kind of see side by side the difference in the two fiber prep methods. So this was really exciting to see, and this will be given away as a prize for the Local Love craft along. And that is going until December 23rd. I'm considering maybe extending the deadline a little bit, maybe to the first of the year, just to give you a little bit more time after the Christmas craziness to maybe finish up your project for the Local Love craft along. And I will create a finished object thread in my group when I put up this episode. So a lot of you have been posting your finished objects, which is really nice to see. You've been posting those in the chatter thread. So I'm sorry that I've been kind of a little, yeah, I haven't posted the FO thread yet, but I will do that this week. And yeah, this is the third prize, and last week I showed the other 2 prizes off. One was a skein of Woolen Vine yarns in her Smitten DK base in the Sweet Dreams colorway, and the other one is from Spun Fiber Company, and that's a skein of a beautiful natural gray color from Jacob Sheep, and it's 100% Jacob wool in a worsted weight, and it's about 210 yards, I want to say. So 3 great prizes, and each will come with some soap from a local farm in my area, and I'm really excited to give those away very soon. Now Ellen also sent me some fiber to play with. This is the same fiber that she used to spin this yarn. So this is a two fluffy balls of the merino mohair, and yeah, I'm really excited to spin with this. It's so fluffy and soft. I didn't even expect it to be so soft, and it is really cool because it's got a lot of the veggie matter still tangled up in there, which I like. I think it's I really like being reminded of where our wool comes from. So no problems with the veggie matter in my wool. But yeah, these are actually kind of nice to just have to cuddle with, but I am excited to spin those when I get back to spinning eventually. So also in the mail this week, I got my third and final installment of the Jimmy Beans beanie bags. I had signed up for 3 months, so I had October, November, and December. And this is a special little club run by Jimmy Beans Wool. And so for $10 a month, you get this little notions bag full of yarn samples and other goodies. And this month was really full of some nice things. So I have 5 mini skeins here of worsted weight yarn. If I can get them all situated here. So here's all my colors, and they're all different bases from different companies. I don't know quite which is which. They each have a little paper inside of them, which I won't pull out right now, so I don't want to gut the whole ball of yarn. But there is 1 mini skein of Lorna's Laces Shepherd worsted. There's one of Madeline Tosh Vintage, one of Plymouth Yarns Worsted Merino Superwash, one of Rowan's Pure Wool Worsted Superwash, and one of Universal Yarns Deluxe Worsted Superwash. I know that this is the Tosh Vintage because I did look at that one because I really liked that one. And this is the, I want to say this is the, what did they call it? I know it was a nice colorway name. This is the Thyme colorway. Thyme like the herb with a Y. So anyway, they provided this pamphlet with patterns in it for wine cozies. And so there's a crochet version and then the knitted version. So it's a little sweater for your wine bottle with a little hat. And yeah, I mean, really, normally this wouldn't be my thing, but I think I actually might make one of these with all these yarn samples. I kind of like the idea of having one of these for my apartment for the holiday season. Yeah, so I think I might make one of those. And it also came with some soak in the Celebration scent. And it came with this card for 50% off one pattern from Unraveled Designs and Yarn. So I'll have to check that out. And these two things, which I was very confused about. Yeah, I was very puzzled over what these were because there's no explanation in the bag about what these are. And then I'm looking at them and I'm thinking about how this would relate to knitting, and I was playing with them because they do come apart into the 3 different sections. And then it dawned on me that it's a pom-pom maker. I think this is a Lion brand pom-pom maker. So it's really funny because I've been meaning to get one of these. I was going to get one of the Clover ones, but now I have this one. So you have to match up. I'm popping them all over the place. But you match up the 2 sides and wrap your yarn around and then cut along the edge, and that's how you get your pom-pom with these. So that's really exciting, and that makes sense because the wine cozy pattern that they included with the bag does have those pom-poms on it. So yes, I was really excited that I realized what these were. Yeah, I thought they were, I don't know what, I was very confused over what these could be, but now it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I'm really happy with this bag. And a little sad because now my subscription is over. I only signed up for the 3 months, and I don't think I'm going to sign up again, at least not right now. But it was really fun to get little samples every month, and yeah, I haven't used any of the mini skeins yet from the other 2 bags that I got, but eventually those will go into my blanket because they're mostly fingering weights. But these, I think I will make one of those wine cozies just for fun. So that's that. And of course now, yeah, so on Saturday I went to Gauge Intention, met up with those lovely ladies. So Kristen of Wool and Vine, of course, was there for her trunk show, and I saw Allison, who works at Gauge Intention, and Denise, who had been at our last meetup at Gauge Intention, was there, so it was really nice to see her again. Hi Denise, if you're watching. And I also met Michael Georgian. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, but I have his card, and he is a designer. So you can find him on Ravelry. Michael Georgian. You can also find his patterns under app Tino Knits. And he had he was working on a new design. And so he had his graph paper out with his sketch of the design, and I was just blown away. I mean, it's really always so fascinating for me to see insights into knitwear designers' processes, because I'm not a designer myself, at least not yet, and it's just really, really cool to see somebody's process. And it was just amazing because he was working off of his notes. I mean, it was still kind of a rough sketch of his ideas, and he was working off of that to knit, and it was, you know, coming out brilliantly, and it was a pretty complex lace pattern that he was working on. So he was sitting there and talking with all of us, and I was really impressed that he could knit that complex of a pattern and still be involved in the conversation. So I was it's really cool to meet him. Hi, Michael. Uh, who else was there? Jenny of Tiny Paper Foxes, of course. Now, on my way to Gauge Intention, so I take the Metro North train line on the Harlem Valley line down to Grand Central Station, and then I take the subway to get to Brooklyn, of course. So I was on the L train and then had to transfer to the G, and the G train can be very fussy and the G train can take a long time to wait for if you don't catch it. And so as I was getting off the L and walking to get to the G platform, I could hear the train coming, so I started speeding up my walking and pretty much made it just in time to get on the G train before I would probably have had to wait for another 10 minutes or so. And so I get on the train and I'm all happy because I made it to the train in time, and I hear my name as the train starts moving, and I look over and it was Jenny. So it was really cool. I mean, what are the chances that we would end up on the same train to get to Gauge Intention? So that was really neat. Hey dude, that's not nice talk. Shh. You want to come over here? I'm sorry about the screeching. Dude, chill. Okay. So yeah, me and Jenny walked over to Gauge Intention and met up with Tanya, who showed up shortly after. And then Kristen arrived with all her gorgeous yarn. So I was pretty much there. Yeah, I was there all day pretty much. I was there from about 11-ish until 6. And that is when I went back to Grand Central to take my train home. And I hadn't realized that it was SantaCon that day, so there were a lot of Santas walking around and elves and other holiday people all dressed up for SantaCon, and yeah, it was very crowded. I think that's the most crowded it's ever been while I've been in Grand Central Station. Of course, it's always very busy, but I mean, I could not find anywhere to sit down or anything like that this time. And yeah, there was all these kind of inebriated Santas running around, causing mischief. So that was a little intense, but luckily, no major nonsense. So yeah, and I got a lot of knitting done on the 2 train rides and while I was at Gauge Intention, and it was a really nice day, really great to see everybody, and I did make some purchases. So I've been wanting Kristen's Stellar Banshee colorway for quite a while, so I got a skein of that, and this is in her Blitz based, so it is 75% superwash merino, 10% nylon or 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. So it is sparkly, and I really like these colors. They're not colors that I would maybe choose as individual colors, but all together I really love this colorway. And I'm not quite sure what I will knit with it. I kind of do want to just make socks with it, even though that's kind of a boring use for the yarn, but yeah, I think I really do want some sparkly socks, and I want to treat myself with some nice sock yarn on my feet. So that's not a solid decision yet. I have to look at my other fingering weight stash because this might pair up nicely for a shawl or something like that, but yeah, it could be socks. Just a nice pair of fun, luxurious socks. So I got that. And then I want to make the Tatera mitts from the new capsule collection by Brooklyn Tweed, which is completely designed by Olga Berea Kaflian. I know I'm butchering her name, but it's the capsule collection which just came out, and that's the first print booklet that Brooklyn Tweed has done. And so there's a pair of kind of futuristic looking mitts in that book, and it uses loft, 1 skein, so I bought a skein in the cast iron colorway, And yeah, I'm excited for those. I realized that I actually have, I think I have 3 pairs of fingerless mitts planned now because I have 2 other sets of skeins of yarn to make fingerless mitts with. But those plans might change now. I know that this will be nice and a nice neutral pair to go with everything, and that's why I went with the black colorway. But yeah, I guess you can't have too many pairs of fingerless mitts. So yeah, I'm excited to work on these. I might bring this home with me as maybe a Christmas knitting project for after I finish all my socks. This might be my next cast on to treat myself for finally finishing the socks. And I did pick up another set of ChowGoo 32-inch long circular needle in the US size 1, 2.25 millimeter. Picked these up yesterday at my local yarn shop just because I really like these. I've really been enjoying knitting the socks on these, so I thought it would be handy to have another pair. And so my local yarn shop also has this little dish of stitch markers at the front at the register, and I've been looking at them every time I'm there and wanting to buy some, and so I finally did. Dude, that's enough. Dude, that's better. So these are some stitch markers by Heidi and Lana, and you can find them on Etsy as heidiandlana.etsy.com. And they are just these simple beaded loop stitch markers, and I'm not going to be able to show the bead very well, but it's kind of an iridescent little seed bead, and it picks up all different kinds of colors. So it looks kind of taupe if it's up against like the surface of my hand, but as it catches the light, it reflects different colors. So those are really pretty. And I'm keeping them in my little bottle that came with my homespun house bag. So my little glass cork bottle. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna keep it short this week since I want to get back to my Christmas sock knitting. And I think I've covered everything. Again, I haven't been spinning, and I really miss spinning. I really want to get back to it. Yes, and I did have a really nice time at the Christmas party at my local yarn shop yesterday. We had a bunch of food there, and I made some cookies, which actually came out fine this time. I made some chocolate crackle cookies with some crushed candy cane on top to be festive, and those were very well received. Everybody liked those. They're very chocolatey. They're almost like a brownie cookie. They're really delicious. And yeah, just hung out there and knit and walked around Kent a little bit and did some Christmas shopping. Kent is a really sweet little town with a nice bookshop and some really nice jewelry stores and things like that, so I always enjoy walking around there. And yeah, it was a really nice yarn-filled weekend since I pretty much spent the majority of the weekend in 2 different yarn shops. So you can't get much better than that. And oh yeah, and also on Saturday, while we were at Gauge and Tension, we all ordered a bunch of sushi, which I haven't had in a long time. So that was really nice. Some of my favorite things all wrapped in one day. So, all right, I'm going to go now because the dude is being very noisy, and I apologize, but I hope that wasn't completely ruining the whole episode. And so thank you for watching. Stay warm or stay cool since it's been warm, at least where I am. And yeah, enjoy your knitting. I hope you're doing well with your Christmas knitting, and I will see you soon. Bye.